Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we are going to be ranking the top 10 best cards you can buy for under 100,000 MT right now in NBA 2K26 MyTEAM. And I will say this list is a lot better than it was even a couple weeks ago. There are finally a decent amount of legitimately good cards you can buy for under 100,000 MT. It's not a unbelievably elite list, but it definitely is a list of legitimately competitive level cards that I think can pretty much all play at a pretty high level. And I gotta give credit, not give credit, but I gotta say eventually it seems like, or finally it seems like, prices are dropping a bit on a lot of cards to where they're at least a little more attainable. And a lot more guys are under this 100,000 MT price point than there were even a couple weeks ago, which is good. I think it's good for the community to have buyable options that are legitimately really solid for an affordable price. So before we hop into it, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 50,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, multiple videos a day. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. But without further ado, let's get into it. So number 10 is going to be Rony, Seikaly. I really think this card is a little overlooked at the center position. 6'11" with a 7'3" wingspan. Yes, he's not a great shooter, and he's also not unbelievably like agile or an incredible perimeter defender, but his shot is, while not great, smooth enough to be pretty easy to green. It's better than it was last year, to be honest. I mean, Brook Lopez's jumper is way better than it was last year, so it's a much smoother jumper than he had last year. 95 standing with 85 driving dunk. He's just an extremely good finisher, and he's a solid defender too. 92 offensive, defensive rebounding, off brick wall and paint patrol, 88 interior, 89 block. Good speed for a big, 83 speed as well. I mean, I do wish he was a better shooter, and sure, he could use a little more complete badges. He's missing a decent amount of total badges and stuff, but I think he's a very, very solid card. It gives you enough size to compete at the center position, can hit an open three. He's athletic, he's versatile, he's solid defensively. He's a good card. I think he's very, very underrated. Number 9 is Glenn Robinson, who honestly I liked more back when the fade meta was the way that this game was being played, because of him having that pro fade, which is super nice. But this is a good shot creating small forward with very, very complete stats and badges in his own right. 85 speed and agility isn't insane, but not bad. 89 three ball, 90 driving dunk, 85s across the board, interior and perimeter. Defensively has a lot of good badges, has as a base card already like 28 total badges, so a very solid all-around card. It comes with most of the important badges you need on a small forward as a base card. I think he gets a lot of things done at a very, very well at the small forward position. He's got, I mean, default swing jumper isn't the best, but it's not bad. He's got Curry escape as well with a decent, or Curry behind the back, the Curry slide with a decent escape. I really think this Glenn Robinson card is pretty solid at the small forward position. He's not at all a bad option, but I do think his jumper is not that insane, and I think his fade not being as good as it was, it holds him back a little. He's still a good card, but I'm gonna be honest, the rest of this list is pretty solid. There's a lot of good cards left on this list. Doug Christie's gonna be my number 8. This was the number 2 card on my budget cards list that I made yesterday, which is like under 50K, but he is still number 8 on this list. 6'6" with a 6'9" wingspan, 85 speed, 88 3, 80 driving dunk, and defensively half immovable, half on ball menace. Very, very good defender with a great smooth jumper. He's not the best shot creator or anything, doesn't really have SIGs, doesn't really need them though either, to be completely honest. What he provides is a really, 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 really solid 3-and-D option who is a decent slasher and has a very, very nice jumper. I mean, he provides real value at the position for sure. I think as a shooting guard, he's one of the best options you can get in my team, especially for a cheap price. And he's one of the cheapest cards on this list as well, which is a big W. Doug Christie's a really solid option. Number 9, or not number 9, what am I saying? Number 7 is going to be Al Harrington. This card, he's a little small at power forward, only 6'9", 7-foot wingspan. He's not huge, but elite shooter, solid everywhere else. He's got decent playmaking, even has like a decent escape. I think he's got Giles escape, which is nice. Jumper's absolutely money. Obviously great shooting badges as well, but does come with, like, I mean, could use posterizer, but could use lightning launch, I guess, as well, and then pogo stick, maybe, I don't know, a couple other defensive badges, whatever. He's missing some stuff still, but he's got a lot of good badges already as a base card. Bunch of good half shooting badges, on-ball menace, paint patroller, post lock, rebound chaser, removable enforcer, brick wall, box out beast, etc. So a very, very solid card. He's a great shooter and a good defender, and I mean, I think he's pretty athletic. He's a well-rounded, solid card, man. He's a good option at the power forward position, does a lot of things well, and especially if you value that shooting ability, he is really, really nice. My next up is going to be Kendall Gill. This Kendall Gill card, his biggest flaw is his standstill jumper is not that great. It's not horrible, but it's not spectacular. 6'5" with a 6'8" wingspan, 95 driving, 85 interior, 92 perimeter, 96 steal, 87 3 ball, half posterizer, set shot, glove, interceptor, pogo stick, good all around badges, 22 base badges, does still need like Deadeye and Limitless to be fair. He has Pro 2 Fade, which was obviously a lot more valuable back when Pro 2 Fade mattered, but he does have Vince Carter's drag back, which is a good little sig right there, and so does have a little bit the ability to create some space as well, and obviously the ability to get downhill with the 95 driving dunk off posterizer is very nice, especially with the way the meta of the game is now with the rim running. So I think Kendall Gill gives you great rim running ability, great defense, solid shooting ability. His jumper isn't bad, by the way. I just don't think it's spectacular, but it's not bad. Isaiah Thomas' base is okay. This Damian Lee upper's not terrible. I mean, it's not a bad jump shot at all. I just wouldn't say it's insane for a shooting guard, but just a really well-rounded option at the shooting guard position. Does a lot of things well at 6'5". He's not huge, but I think he's a good card. I think number 6 is completely reasonable for him. Number 5 is going to be Derrick McKey. This card is similar to Glenn Robinson in that he has the same jumper, but he's a different style of card. 6'10", only at 80 driving dunk, but a great defender. He's not a spectacular card in any other real area besides defense, but solid jumper, little bit of finishing, good size, athletic enough. But again, Hoff Challenger glove, movable off-ball pass, on-ball menace is really what provides that value to him on the defensive end of the court. And again, jumper is okay, not amazing, but decent. I do think he's a nice card. I think having that size and that defense is really valuable. He's a solid shooter. He's not going to do anything off the dribble at all, but doesn't really need to. If the jumper was a slight bit faster, I probably would have him a couple spots higher on this list. But I do think Derrick McKey's a really solid card. And while he is a cone, he's a big cone, and he's great defensively. So I'm a fan. Honestly, I think you could argue him a little higher if you wanted to, depending on how much you value the defense. Marcus Smart, not the diamond. I'm sorry. The diamond is still not under 100K, but the amethyst is going to go on this list at number 4. 6'4", 90 driving dunk, great defensive point guard. Provides more size than most PGs, provides more slashing than most PGs with the 90 driving dunk, and then provides more defense than most PGs as well with Hoff glove and on-ball menace, 85 interior, 94 perimeter, 94 steal. He's fast, and he also has a great catch and shoot jumper. I know he only has a 79 3-ball, but that jump shot is easy to time. It's fast, it's easy. He's really, really good. Now, he doesn't have SIGs, but just run around in circles, dunk the ball, or catch and shoot with him and let him play defense. That's basically what you do with the card, and as long as you let him play within his role, he's a guy who can play, I think, competitively. Definitely one of the best point guards you can get in my team, especially for a decently affordable price point. I really like this Marcus Smart card. I think he holds it down pretty well at the PG spot, to be totally honest. Moving on to the number 3 spot, we got DeMarre Carroll, who does not quite have the defensive badges of a Derrick McKey, and he also is 2 inches shorter, but he's faster, he's a better shooter, he's a better finisher, and his jumper's better too. Has good all-around bad, is still a great defensive card. 90 interior, 93 perimeter, 93 steal, 90 block. The defensive stats are very impressive with this DeMarre Carroll card, and with a couple of badges added, Paint Patroller, Lightning Launch, Handles for Days, Limitless Range, you got yourself a stud of a card. Jumper is the exact same as Harrington's, which is really, really good, very easy to time, easy to green. I think this DeMarre Carroll card is awesome, honestly. I think he does a lot of things really well as a 3-and-D. His statistical completeness is very valuable, and I love his jump shot too. I know he doesn't quite have the badges of a Derrick McKey, and he's a little bit smaller, but the improved slashing and improved jumper to me is valuable enough to where I think it overrules that a little bit, especially since he's 90 plus on every single defensive stat. So really like DeMarre Carroll as well. I think he's really good. Moving on, we got Amethyst Deandre Ayton. With Diamond Ayton dropping in the exchange, Amethyst Ayton's price dropped pretty significantly, and he's still a really nice option. 7 foot with a 7'4" wingspan, can compete against the best centers in the game. Hoff Rise Up, Hoff Paint Patroller, 90 interior, 90 standing, good speed for a big, 74 3-ball. I think he's a better shooter, or a pretty similar shooter to Rony Seikaly probably, but slightly better probably. Good athleticism, a little more versatility defensively with 82 agility, 90, 82 perimeter, in addition to having the interior defense. And yes, he could still use Deadeye and Set Shot Specialist, and maybe on-ball menace and lightning launch. You add those 4 badges to him, though, he's pretty darn good for a center. You know what I'm saying? Jumper's smooth and easy to grain. He's got Kemba escape. I wouldn't say his shot's crazy fast or anything, and he does kind of fall backwards the way he shoots a little, which is a little unique, but I think he's a great card, and I think he's kind of a no-brainer, honestly, to be very high on this list. The fact he's under 100K now is a great price. He's an absolutely awesome buy. And then the best card on this list is going to be Spencer Dinwiddie. I forgot to put this card on my point guards tier list yesterday, which is my bad. He probably would have been in the 8th tier on that tier list, to be honest. In fact, he definitely would have been in the 8th tier on the tier list. He's 6'5" with a 6'8" wingspan, so he's got good size. He's a decent finisher. Standstill jumper's really easy. 93 speed and good defensive versatility too. Being 6'5" means he can standing dunk, which is a big plus that somebody like a Marcus Smart doesn't have. The Hoff shooting badges, Limitless and Set Shot, and the high 3-ball with the good speed, all that type of stuff is super nice. Movement-wise, I'm not saying he's amazing, but good dribble style. Does create space space a little bit, decently anyway. I wouldn't say SIGs are amazing, but not horrible. Definitely can use that step back and combo it into like a push cross and some stuff like that to create some space. I really do like his jumper, and I will say he doesn't have an elite fade, but it doesn't matter as much at this point, considering that fades are not nearly as much of a part of the meta as they were here just a couple weeks ago. So to me, Spencer Dinwiddie is probably the #1 card on this list. I think he's absolutely awesome, and I think he can definitely compete, especially if he's badged just a little more defensively and stuff at the very highest level in the point guard position. So this is going to be my list: Dinwiddie, Ayton, Carroll, Smart, McKey, Gill, Harrington, Christie, Robinson, and Seikaly. 10 legitimately good cards. Like, we can finally get multiple good cards for under 100,000 MT. So hopefully y'all did enjoy this video. Hopefully it's helpful for y'all. If you did enjoy, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon. I appreciate y'all. Peace.